Hi everyone, my name is Caroline. I am 19 years old, I am from Germany, and I started studying in the US last year in August 2021. And today I want to talk to you about my freshman year that is officially done, and I want to talk about my area, my university, some advice I have, and all of that. So if you're interested in that, please continue watching. My university is Augsburg University in Minneapolis, Minnesota. And as I said, I started last year in August, which means that hopefully in May 2025, I'll receive my bachelor's degree. About my majors, that's kind of a funny story, and it says a lot about the university in a positive way. Because I started out as a single general theater major. Just theater, that was it. And I was put into this history class because of the general ed requirements. And soon enough, the professor, I discovered that I kind of am a history nerd and that I'm really interested in history and that I have the required, I don't know, my brain works the way that historians should think, whatever. And the professor was super encouraging and really motivated me to also join her faculty. Not to ditch my theater major, but to do a double major, which I then did and was super nice, and I'm super grateful that she encouraged me to do that because I always was really interested in history, but I never thought that, I would be the right person to major in history. But now that I do, I'm super happy about it. And about my general theater major, that also changed because I had a lovely professor who encouraged me to concentrate and to really focus on the thing I'm best at, and not to keep some options warm, but to really focus on what I love and what I want to do, and that is directing, doing dramaturgical work and playwriting. So I started as a general theater major and I ended up as a double major in dramaturgy and history, which I am so happy about. Then about my university, it's a private Lutheran institution, but please don't be afraid of that. I am not religious at all, not at all. But I really don't feel that religion is being forced on you or anything like that. Not at all. Many of my friends are Muslims or Jewish, or it's like no one cares about your religion. Obviously, there are events going on in the chapel, whatever, but it's really not being forced on you. You're not forced to pray or anything like that. So please don't think, oh my God, it's a religious institution, I can't go there because I'm not religious. That's really not the case. But because it is a private institution, it's pretty small, which I really appreciate. There are around 3,000 students, and it's just so nice because you are on campus, you walk around alone, going to your next class, and you bump into people, and it's just so great because you have a little small talk, and it's just, I don't know, it's a very familiar feeling. You never feel alone, which I love. And also, because it's such a small university, you won't sit in a lecture with like 200 students and the professor doesn't even know your name. That won't happen. We call each other by our first names, professors and students. Class sizes are maximum 30 people, maximum, but that's really just the general ed requirements that everyone has to fulfill. But the major specific classes are really, really small and intimate, which I really appreciate because you can really bond and connect with your professor, and they're so understanding and caring and really care for you as an individual, which is great. And also the international community at Augsburg. Shout out to everyone. The best people in the world, honestly. It's such a family. It's so supportive. It's so diverse. There are people from all over the world. Australia, Italy, France, Norway, Sweden, Bangladesh, India, Morocco, Ethiopia, Japan, Malaysia. I could go on and on. And we all know what it feels like to leave your home country, to leave your family, your friends, and start a completely new life. And it's just so supportive. And if you're homesick, you have someone who really understands it, and it's great. And I love all of those people, and you'll meet so many great people when you're abroad, trust me. I love on campus, which I recommend 100,000%. First of all, I had the best roommate. We had the best Barbie and pizza nights, but also all your other friends are 2 minutes away. You have these huge hangout sessions in like a way too small room with like 20 people listening to music that's way too loud and it's way too late, but it's so much fun. And there's always something going on campus. Like, there's always some student organization that does something where you can win something, or free food is given out. It's just awesome. It's great. And it's just such a great way to connect and to really live that college life if you live on campus. I really, really recommend it. Also, you're so close to everything that you can do outside of classes. Activities like sports, music, theater, work. There's so much that Augsburg University has, considering that it's such a small university. Like, if you're an athlete, go join the soccer team, cross country, track and field, golf, swimming and diving, lacrosse. Oh my god, there's so much. Softball, American football. I could go on and on for athletes. It's just, there's so much to do. Basketball, volleyball, wrestling. It's great, and there's always a huge event, and everyone is so supportive of our sports teams. It's great. If you're more in the musical side, like I am, there are several choirs you can join, a jazz band, another band, the orchestra. There's so much you can do there too. Obviously, on an F1 student visa, you can also work on campus, and there's so many opportunities to do that. I personally spent my free time in the theater, working on sets and lights. We had this teeny tiny show going on for everyone who knows theater and musical theater. We did Into the Woods, which is a huge show, which is a long show. But it was so much fun working there, and it was such a great community. The theater community there is awesome, and that's where I spend my free time. So my advice is, don't be afraid at all. Like, be open-minded, go there, and you'll find your people. Trust me, Americans are so open. They're so interested in you being from another country. Trust me, they're so interested in that. And you'll just connect super easily. Trust me. And for me, there were no language struggles at all. I understood everyone understood me. And yes, I was insecure. Definitely 100% so insecure about everything I said. And I still am. But honestly, just don't overthink it. You can speak multiple languages fluently. That's such a flex that few Americans have. So be proud of that and own your language, honestly. So now let's talk about Minnesota, and then I'm done. Minnesota is supposed to be the coldest state, and trust me, it gets super, super cold, like -30 degrees Celsius. It's crazy. It's honestly crazy. But also the summers are super hot and humid, and it's so weird. But Minnesota has a lot of lakes. In the summer, they're great for obviously swimming, or I don't know, going on a boat, whatever. And then during the winter time, you can go ice skating and I don't know, do whatever. So it's great. My must-sees in Minnesota are Stillwater, which is this super cute little touristy kind of city, and it's just, there's so many shops and restaurants, and it's just so cute and aesthetic, and it's great. And Duluth is also a city I really recommend. It's right up Lake Superior. It's great. It's a really, really pretty city. In Minneapolis itself, there's so many things to do. Obviously, the Mall of America is right there. It's like 20 minutes away from our campus. And it's really, the Mall of America is crazy. It's a huge culture shock. But there's so many things to do. The U of M campus itself, University of Minnesota campus, it's crazy. It's so pretty. But then also Stone Oak Bridge, and the Mill District around it itself is so pretty. And downtown itself. But definitely go to Stone Oak Bridge. You have the prettiest view of the skyline ever. It's honestly crazy. And for students, if you don't want to go too far away from campus, you can also, like, we walked from campus to Stone Oak Bridge. It's really not that far. But if you want to meet other young people, go to Dinkytown. That's kind of like the student quarter thingy. There's so many students there. So many restaurants, bars that you can, if you're over 21, grab a drink at. So yeah, those are my tips. Stone Arch Bridge, downtown, Mill District, and the University of Minnesota campus, plus Dinkytown, which it just, I don't know, the vibe there is so nice. A lot of young people, and I feel so at home there. It's really great. And to wrap this up, I am so grateful for this opportunity. Honestly, it still feels like a dream. I met the most amazing people. I met my boyfriend there. I don't know, I'm so grateful for what Epro did for me. So yeah, please join that opportunity and maybe even consider going to Augsburg so then we can meet up. So yeah, thanks for listening in. If you have any questions, feel free to direct message me on Instagram. A lot of people did that already. So yeah, maybe someday if you decide to go to Augsburg, we'll meet. And until then, goodbye. Thank you.